Hey guys, please check your answers to A.10a. Each question, actually I'm going to put these two together, so the questions are 2 points apiece. We're going to do A.10a and A.10b on one video. Here we go. I'm going to do it in pen so you can see it better. Simplify the algebraic expression, okay? We need to distribute the 4. So we have 4x. Here, we're going to have negative 12 or minus 12. On this side, plus 2x plus 10. I'm going to box my like terms. And I'm going to see I'm going to get 6x. And then I'll put a circle around these two. And I see negative 12 plus 10 is going to give me minus 2. So 6x minus 2 is your answer. Your answer is C. Let's look at the next one. Okay, we can see this is a subtraction problem. So I need to flip the signs on the ones on the inside by removing the parentheses. So I have negative 7x plus 8. This becomes minus 12x. This becomes minus 6. Now I'm going to box my like terms with the symbol in front, the sign in front. So I have negative 7 minus 12, which will give me a negative 19. So I have negative 19x, and then I have an 8 minus 6 gives me a 2. So I have a positive 2 or plus 2. My answer is J. Let's look at the same thing. I'm going to take off all the parentheses since this is adding. I don't need to change anything, and I'll do it down at the bottom. So I have 4x to the power of 2 plus 9 plus, plus a negative 5. So I'm not even going to write it like that. I'm just going to take off the plus because we're adding a negative, and that makes it a subtraction. So let me rewrite that. 4x to the power of 2 plus 9 minus 5x squared minus 2x plus 7. So we just leave all the signs the same because this is adding. So I'm going to box my like terms, and I have a negative 5 plus 4 will give me a negative 1. So I have minus x squared. So I can mark this one off. And let's circle, this one's by itself, minus 2x. So we can now mark that one off. And then 9 plus 7 is 16 plus 16. Your answer is B. Number 5. Add these. So let's just remove the parentheses. So we have negative 2x minus 8 minus 3x plus 19. I'm going to box these. And I have negative 2 minus 3, which is a negative 5. So I have negative 5x to the power of 2. I'm sorry, just negative 5x. My bad. So we can mark these two off. And then I'm going to circle the other one, other like terms, or ones without a x next to them. So we have 19 minus 8, and that will give us an 11, positive 11. Answer is F. Problems. So find the difference. So that means subtract. So I'm going to rewrite this at 7x squared minus 2x plus 2x squared minus 4x plus 12. So I just flip the signs. I'm going to box the like terms. That gives us 9x squared. So we can mark these off. And then the next one is minus 2 and a minus 4 will give us a minus 6. Minus 6x. And then we have our 12 by itself. So our answer is, so we have 6x plus 10 minus 6x plus 10. Combine like terms, and that goes away. 6x minus 6x is 0, and 10 plus 10 is 20. So your answer is F. Okay, here we go. Next one, simplify this expression. So we have 6x minus 12 plus 4x squared minus 7 minus 5x squared plus, minus 5x squared minus 3x. Okay, let's combine like terms. I see 4x squared and I see minus 5x. So that will become a negative 1x squared. So just minus x squared. So we can mark this one off. The next two, 6 minus 3 would give us plus 3x. And for our final one, minus 12 minus 7 will give us minus 19. So your answer is H. Number 13. We're going to simplify this by 4 plus 5x plus 6x squared plus 7 plus 8x plus 9x squared. So let's combine like terms. And this gives us 15x squared. So we already know our answer. Well, I'm sorry, this could be it. 15x squared, and then let's circle these. And that gives us plus 13x. Yay, I marked off the wrong one. And, the right one. And then let's put a triangle here. And now we know we have plus 11. Your answer is C. Simplify. Okay, guys. This part is for A.10b. I'm going to be writing the questions, writing the problems on paper because you're not going to have enough place to do it on this handout. So for number 1, also, I've highlighted the ones that you need to do, so be sure you understand that. You don't need to do all these. So we have 2x minus 3 times x to the power of 2 minus 3x minus 4. So, first we multiply 2x times x squared, and that, or x to the power of 2. That's going to give us 2x to the power of 3, because you add the exponents. So we have 2x to the power of 3. The next one, we multiply 2 times negative 3x, and that's going to give us a negative 6x to the power of 2. And the third one, we are going to multiply 2x times negative 4. And that's going to give us negative 8x. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. Now we're going to do it on the bottom part here. And I'm going to put the math here so you can see. So we have negative 3 times x squared, which is going to give us negative 3x squared. I'm out of room here, so I'm going to put it here. I'm going to just keep writing negative 3x squared. Here, we have negative 3 times a negative 3x. So that will give us a 9x. So plus 9x. And then finally, we have a negative 3 times a negative 4. And that's going to give us a positive 12. So plus 12. Now we can combine like terms. We don't have any other 2x to the power of 3, so I'm going to just write that here. We can combine our x squared, so I'm going to box that. And I'm going to do the math here. We have a negative 6 plus a negative 3, or negative 6 minus 3 will equal negative 9. So we have negative 9x squared. I'll put circles around these. And we have 9 minus 8, which gives us positive 1. So we're just going to have an x. And then our last one is plus 12. So looking at that, I can see that my answer is going to be negative x to the power of 3 minus 9. So I can mark those off. X squared, x to the power of 2 plus x plus 12. So your answer is B. Let's look at the next one, number 2. I'll do it the same way. We have x plus 3 times x minus 4. Then we also have a minus 5x times x plus 2. So once again, I'm going to do all this math, and I'll write it out here so you can see what I'm doing. So first of all, we have x times x. So x times x is going to give us x squared. Then we have x times a negative 4, and that will give us negative 4x. Then we have 3 times x would be 3x. And then we have 3 times a negative 4 would give us a negative 12. Now here, we're going to multiply everything by a negative 5x. So we have negative 5x times x is going to give us negative 5x squared. So I'm going to put that here. Then we have negative 5x times 2, and that's going to give us a negative 10x. So now I can combine our like terms. I'm going to box this and this. And I know I have, this is a invisible 1 here, so 1 minus 5 equals negative 4. So we have negative 4x squared. I'm going to circle all these with just an x. And I know I have negative 4 minus 10 plus 3. And that's going to give us negative 14 plus 3, which equals negative 11. So we have negative 11 or minus 11x. And then we just have our minus 12. So let's see if this matches anything. So I'm looking for negative 4x squared, so I can mark off this one and this one. Minus 11x, minus 12. So our answer is G. The next one, number 3. I'm going to write it out again. I have 3 times x squared minus 2x plus 2x times 4x minus 1. So we need to distribute, then we can combine our stuff, our terms, our like terms. So 3 times x squared, I'm going to do the math over here so you can see it. 3 times x squared equals 3x squared. So I'll put that here. Then we have 3 times a negative 2x, which would be negative 6x. Over here we have 2x times 4x would give us, what, 8x squared? And then finally we have 2x minus 1, well, 2x times a negative 1. And that's going to give us a negative 2x. Now we can combine our terms, and we have 11, 3x squared plus 8x squared will give us 11x squared. And then we have a negative 6 minus 2 is going to give us, or minus 6 minus 2, it's going to give us minus 8x. So our answer would be, that's not it, and that's not it, and our answer would be D. Just a couple more. I'll bend this down. Number 4. We want to find the area of the rectangle, and so we know we need to multiply the length times the width. So I'm going to multiply 2x minus 5 times 3x plus 3. And 2x times 3x, I'll do that over here, 2x times 3x equals 6x squared. I'll put that here, 6x squared. And then we have 2x times 3 would be 6x, so plus 6x. Here we have negative 5 times 3x would be negative 15x. And then here we have negative 5 times 3, which equals negative 15. So we have 6x squared. We can combine these two. And we have minus 15 plus 6. That would equal negative 9. Negative 9x minus 15. So 6x squared minus 9x minus 15. So therefore our answer is F. One more on this page. I'm not going to even look at the graph because we want to multiply this times this, which is this times this. So number 5, we're going to multiply 4 minus x times 2x minus plus 1. So 4 times 2x equals 8x. And then we have 4 times 1, and that equals 4. So we have 8x plus 4. Down here, we have negative x times 2x. That will give us a negative 2x squared. And finally, we have a negative x times a 1, and that gives us negative x. So our answer is going to be negative 2x to the power of 2. We have an 8 and an invisible 1 here, so plus 7x plus 4. So our answer is B. Almost finished. A couple more. Number 7 says simplify. So let's do that. I'm going to rewrite the problem. X squared plus 5 times 6x plus 3. And I'll do the math over here. So we have x squared times 6x, and that will give us 6x to the power of 3. Then we have x squared times 3, and that's going to give us 3x squared. Down here, we have 5 times 6x, which would be 30x. And then we have 5 times 3, which is 15. Okay. So I don't think I can combine any of this. So I have 6x to the power of 3 plus 3x to the power of 2 plus 30x plus 15. Our answer is F. Okay. And let's see, we have 2 more. Number 9 and 11. Number 9. Simplify x squared plus 3x times x squared plus 4. So I'm going to put the math over here. So we have x squared times x squared, which would be x to the power of 4. Then we have x squared times 4, which would be 4x squared. Here we have 3x times x squared. That gives us 3x to the power of 3. And finally, we have 3x times 4, which is 12x. And I cannot combine anything, but I can reorder this as x to the power of 4 plus 3x to the power of 3 plus 4x to the power of 2 plus 12x. So our answer is B. Last one, number 11. I'm going to rewrite it. 5x plus 4 times 2x this should be an x. Okay, 2x plus x. It's not a k, plus x. So once again, we multiply. So we have 5x times 2x, and that gives us 10x squared. Then we have 5x times x, and that gives us 5x squared. Here we have 4 times 2x, which gives us 8x. And then we have 4 times x, which gives us 4x. So we can combine our like terms. We get 15x squared plus 12x. That'll do it, guys, for the review for our Unit 6 test. Hope you understand it. Your test will be tomorrow. Thank you for watching.